Welcome back to X Games 16. Yes, sirree. Moto X Speed and Style will take the X Games off the air, and it should be an epic battle. Well, Nate Adams has a gold helmet from Speed and Style when we did the World Championships of Motocross in San Diego. And Travis Pastrana fell in the main event, the final of the gold medal match against Mr. Johnson, and has not been able to take the top spot. Of course, here we are, Cameron Steele, Jeremy McGrath, and Tess Sewell. Aaron Bates will also be joining us from down in the dirt, bringing us all the goodies. And Jeremy, this is a technical little track they have built inside the Staples Center. It's a nice floor, but it's not a huge floor, but they've packed a lot into it.
Yeah, this place is looking really good. They did a good job with this. Freestyle jumps in the middle. Looks like we come down the start, which is rather cool. Then you come into the rhythm section around the outside, another little rhythm section, over the freestyle jumps, through the Supercross style whoops. Got to do a couple laps, got to throw in some whips, some style. It's going to be good.
Important. Style is a big part of this. It's 50% of your score. You come around, you do 4 laps, but you only get counted on the 3 jumps that you do. The final jump over the finish line, that one doesn't count for your style score. So 50% for time, 50% for style.
And we will continue to explain it a little bit more for you. Here's our first matchup. The godfather of freestyle motocross, Mike Metzger, your 8th qualifier from Menifee, California. Of course, he has some golds to his credit, against Travis Pastrana, who earned a gold in freestyle just this week, Mr. 199, and the #1 qualifier. So we'll see how it stacks up. Now, Travis has been really solid, but Jeremy, I gotta say, Metzger has been looking good as well.
Yeah, surprisingly, Metzger's been riding awesome. He's 10 weeks out of an injury. Guy's riding great. He's got a sore elbow. He's got to go in for surgery later this week to pull out the hardware, but he's looking like he's giving Pastrana some heat here.
Now, something to really think about, folks, and you see them, they're doing tricks. You can trick anywhere on the course. It's overall impression when it comes to tricks, and how is that? Where else but at the X Games do you see Travis Pastrana and Mike Metzger in a train over a freestyle ramp?
And Metzger chose to follow his line too, which was actually really cool, and trying to put a bigger emphasis on his trick by going upside down.
And Pastrana with the mistake lets Metzger run up behind him.
Guys, I gotta say, Metzger coming out of the start, I think it's the first time he did the rhythm section. He's nailing it.
Now Pastrana and Metzger both doing different jumps. They switched off the first time over. One was inverted. Metzger, Travis right side up, and this time they flip-flopped it.
Well, the interesting thing, Metzger's backflip, he actually came up a little bit short, so that will dock him with the judges. You see Metzger having trouble there in the rhythm section.
Now remember, it is scored freestyle, and the time does count. So this is elimination. Whoever advances or whoever has the better overall score will move on. The other rider will be gone from the competition in this round.
Yeah, you know, that's a shame because look at Metzger on a comeback, riding really well, and he's got to go against Pastrana. I mean, Mr. X Games, what do you do with that?
And Metzger is such a creative artist and just a creative guy overall, doing his own thing with the Mob Syndicate now, and Matt Byton, one of his fellow riders, also going to be in here tonight. But Metzger, I'm really impressed with what he brought here after he hasn't competed in the X Games since 2004.
Yeah, the guy's riding really good. And then, like I said, coming off an injury, 10 weeks ago, the guy broke his femur.
And there's the knack-knack. A lot of scuttlebutt between who invented the knack-knack, Jeremy McGrath or Mike Metzger.
You know, we both, I guess.
There you go. I like that. And there it is, instant scoring. You can see the style scores. Pastrana obviously better there as well as in speed. Then they combine it, Tess, so Pastrana's going to move on.
You'll see this start. Jeremy, walk us through what happens here when they come into this rhythm section.
I got to say, Metzger, this is the first time we've saw him do the rhythm section. Look at him. Comes out right behind Pastrana.
And not everybody able to get that triple-triple, and it will be tough as we move through the field. And Pastrana with great extension.
Look
and
at
Tess,
that
how cool is that?
Dynamo. Both guys in the air. Metzger following Pastrana off the same ramp, but came up short. That's what cost him.
And this, a little bit of a gap.
Travis all day looking very supercrossy in the whoops. Got a lot of speed.
And there he is over that final jump. He made it. You saw when you look at the top of your screen, you'll see how much someone needs to actually win by, and it said Metzger needed to win by over 4 seconds, which means when Travis went over the line first, obviously he advances. So just keep watching the top of the screen as the race advances when we go into that last jump, and it'll actually tell you what someone has to do to win this. Now this is going to be an interesting matchup.
And Kevin Johnson, just returning from injury not long ago, he is our gold medalist from 2008. Speed Style was not in the X Games in 2009, but it is back, and now Kevin Johnson's up against Ronnie Feist, who, Jeremy, you've been saying has been looking solid.
I have to say, Ronnie's been riding well. I mean, I hadn't seen him ride a track in a long, long time, and today in practice, he was looking really, really good.
And Ronnie, one of the legends of freestyle, he has appeared in 9 X Games, but has not medaled.
Oh,
whoa, they're close together.
Wow, bar to bar.
And both guys here are riding 4-stroke bikes. Metzger and Pastrana were on the 2-strokes.
Yeah. You know, it was funny because we were trying to figure out what was going to happen when those guys came off the start together. And worked out so far, no crashes.
They were really close. Johnson with the big advantage in the whoops there, but Feist charging nonetheless.
Oh, Feist doing really well. He's not losing a lot of time.
It looks like he gained some time there in what we're calling lane number 1, that triple section. Kevin Johnson, a professional racer. And, oh, nice heel clicker there. Not real adept on the tricks, but I think we'll see a backflip here. And we do.
Nice. Slow rotation. What we got to remember is that in February, he broke his neck. He did so much damage to himself, but he said, what better way to come back from a broken neck than to learn how to backflip? You saw it there. So Kevin Johnson is really just trying to pour on the heat here.
And Feist with a little bit of problem in that rhythm section. So, yeah, not a lot of people would throw a quote down like that, Tess.
Yeah. I have to say, I'm not sure I have broke my neck, and I still don't want to flip, so gotta congrats the guy on wanting to do that.
So we're looking to see how much Kevin Johnson or Feist has to actually win by to take this thing. We're waiting for the judges' score.
And Kevin Johnson, of course.
Johnson has to win by 4 seconds. Is it going to be enough?
Wow, let's find out. It looks like it's going to be close.
Is he going to make it?
And he...
Oh, Feist
advances.
Wow.
3.98.
Wow. 0.2?
0.2.
Wow.
0.02.
0.02, yeah,
Oh,
0.02.
That is the tiniest margin.
2/100ths of a second.
That's
2/100ths of a second.
Oh,
Maybe want me
wow.
to throw it down.
Feist doesn't even know he's won yet.
Feist is like, what's going on? Of course, Johnson on the 115 machine, the blue bike, the red bike, Feist. Look how close they get together right here.
I don't think Johnson moved over on him too much. Feist got a little sideways there.
And the racer, Kevin Johnson, the last time we were here, didn't have this backflip. He has it now, but unfortunately by 2/100ths of a second, he will be leaving the X Games. Ronnie, Kung Fu Feist, will be moving on. And I think the training has been paying off. All of the Metal Militia guys have been training hard on speed style courses. So we'll see if it works for Deegan when we come back as we take a look there at the general himself. We've advanced Pastrana and Feist. We'll see who will move forward into the semis to meet them as we move towards a gold medal match. We saw yesterday at the X Games Brian Deegan coming through with some medals in the cars. Now he gets rid of the cab and the cage and gets back on the dirt bike in the stadium, the very stadium where he took home the gold medal in 2003 for Best Trick with the 360. So now,
look who he's against, though.
I know, I'm listening. Check this out. Here's a good stat. 1999, the first year of the X Games, both of these riders were there. Jeremy Twitch Stenberg, as they call him, versus Brian Deegan. They've been training together.
Oh, Brian got the jump on him out of the gate. Looked like Twitch come up the inside.
Oh, Twitch blocks in the corner.
Now, in the riders meeting, there was some talk about not too excessive of riding is allowed, but bumping is okay. The militia guys were the first to say, what's too excessive? Would they dare take it out on each other?
Oh, well, you know, I've got a feeling that they're not frightened to beat and bang a little bit in the corners if they have to, and Brian's really going to have to work against Jeremy.
Leading now is Jeremy Twitch Stenberg aboard the green, purple, and white Kawasaki. Following him in the traditional all-black Militia Honda is Brian Deegan. You see Stenberg with the flip bars going up, giving up some time, but still able to hold the advantage.
Twitch riding really well out there. These guys, I mean, Brian's riding awesome too.
Brian gained time in the whoop section there. I mean, really piled it on.
Oh, Twitch kind of brake checked him up on that, around that pylon there. Brian lost a little time.
And we know that Jeremy's been riding a lot of Supercross, really training hard with Nate Adams.
So this jump will count in their score. Now the freestyle scores will go in, and we'll see who is leading. I suspect on the tricks we've seen tests, it would be Stenberg leading on tricks.
It should be Stenberg, but again, he did 3 big backflips, so no real variation in the tricks. But Brian did do a very weak cliffhanger there.
And there it is.
He has to win.
He has to beat Twitch by 3.3 seconds. At this point, not going to happen. The checker is out, but they have to race. Now, they have to race all the way to the base of the ramp. Although that trick jump doesn't count, but the timing is actually down at the face of the ramp, although the checker flag comes out before that.
Yeah, that last jump's just for show, really, because the transponder beam's right before it.
And if I was racing, Jeremy, I would hold it full stick and go right between the ramps and not even jump it because
you don't have to jump it. The finish is right before it. And the reason the checkered flag is actually at that corner is because it's so scary to be on the floor here with this tight racing that they moved the flagman up top for safety.
Let's take a look at the start. It looked like Deegan
definitely got the jump. Check this out.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Twitch jumped a little bit there.
Twitch just powered it down into the rhythm section.
And he has the line going into the first turn.
You know what's interesting about this track is we haven't seen a pass yet.
Well, it's interesting, too, is that nice extension by Stenberg and by Deegan. The interesting part you need to know is because Twitch was the higher qualifier or better qualifier, he got to have his gate pick, which put him on the inside of that first turn, which seemingly is so important right now.
Well, it didn't look like it was going to help out of the gate there because Brian had the jump on him, but man, he went right up the inside and took the line away.
So those two riders making it through, and something that a lot of riders don't have to face when jumping ramps. Normally it's a turn, a ramp, a turn, a ramp. You don't have to race a course for 4 laps. And earlier, Jeff Ox Cargola, although finishing 10th overall, he did not make it into this finals round. Pulled the handoff as he went for the flip.
Well, the amazing thing when I saw this sitting in the stands, I thought he was doing some kind of new trick he was going on with the handoff, but he literally just lost control of the bike.
Yeah, and he just got a little over rotation there. It looked like he sort of tried to get it back.
Right, and dangerous for Ox, who's leading the points in the off-road series right now, trying to get a championship there. Let's check in with Aaron Bates for the first time.
Well, guys, if you're not the fastest, then you better be spectacular when it comes to speed and style. This course, it's tight and it's technical, and it could pay favor to the guys that have a bit of a racing background. The one thing that they all agree upon is the start is key. You need to get out front, you need to stay out front, because the biggest challenge these guys might face is to make a pass on this tight track.
So now I thank you for that, Aaron. And one guy who definitely people are talking about here, well, there first of all, you're looking at Matt Byton, who just recently earned a gold medal in the step-up. And Jeremy, you had some epic battles with him back in 2004. Yeah. And he's from Minden, Nevada, 30 years old, and he will be going up against Nate Adams, who has won one of these competitions at the World Championships of motocross. And he has the skill. He's the only rider in this field that actually has raced a Supercross this year.
Yeah, you know, Nate had put so much time into this speed and style. He wants to race some Supercross races, wants to race everything.
Look at how far he is ahead already. What a fantastic start he got.
Yeah. Nate in the red gear leading now. He was your number 2 qualifier behind Pastrana. Byton was your number 7 qualifier, so Byton will really have to do some work if he's going to try to beat Nate Adams here.
Yeah, for sure. And Byton, we saw earlier, is having a bit of trouble through the rhythm section, so if Nate can be consistent, make his tricks good, get this rhythm section right every lap, he should be able to gap Matt.
And Matt struggling there in that rhythm section, facing on one of those doubles. Nate Adams looking smooth right now.
Very smooth.
4 laps isn't a lot of time on a track for a guy, Jeremy, like yourself, who raced Supercross and the U.S. Motocross Championships. But when you're trying to jump ramps, as we saw Ox in that shot of that tape of him crashing, your body can get a little tired, and it can be a little weird to go out and do tricks.
Well, yeah, I mean, 4 laps does not seem like a lot, but let me tell you, when you're in the heat of battle, I mean, as we're probably going to see as this thing shapes up a little more, these guys, they normally don't have to put the pressure on to hit the ramps. They got some time, but this one they're trying to do as fast as they can. It could be
Big lazy boy backflip by Nate Adams. And you know, when I saw that, my mouth almost said by Pastrana, just because, I mean, Nate really looking very solid, and that's a trick we first saw from Travis Pastrana, but Nate really perfecting it here.
Oh yeah, Nate's looking really good. He's looked good all day. Really, you can tell he's been working on his track skills.
A little fist pump to the crowd.
Definitely.
So we can see Biden needs to win by 4 seconds plus. Not going to happen.
Nope.
So Nate Adams will advance.
That was a good race, good race. It looked like Nate backed it off at the end there.
Nate so far has the biggest style score. Now that may be a huge factor as we advance now. He's up against Jeremy Stenberg in the semifinals. So I think the fact that he's doing such big and such well-extended flips is going to help him out.
And something we'll point out too is that Stenberg is using those flip bars and he's having to take time to flip them up. Nate Adams is not doing that and getting better freestyle scores. Check out the start. Nate Adams just popping out of the gate, but getting in that triple section we were talking about, Jeremy.
Oh yeah, the rhythm section there is really important, and Biden was having a little trouble with that today, and Nate was really perfection right there. Got out in front, easy lead, nailed his tricks, and took the win.
Oh, look at this from the Mega Mo, the Cordova backflip by Nate. And something that we haven't seen Nate do a lot in the past. It's not a trick he's really known for, but executed it well, and that definitely has big style points.
And Biden with problems in that rhythm section. You see him facing after doubling there. So Biden came to the X Games, and he made it to this main event here in speed style, but more importantly for him, he took home the gold medal in the step-up, which I think he's probably quite happy about.
Oh yeah, he's happy about that, that's for sure.
And here they are. It will be Travis Pastrana versus Ronnie Kung Fu Feist, and Jeremy Stenberg versus Nate Adams. We got East Coast on one side, West Coast on the other. We'll see. And it was definitely amazing for us to be here and be a part of that with Cam Sinclair, and everybody inside the Staples Center went absolutely bonkers. And that's what that Best Trick competition is all about. Unfortunately, during that same competition, we saw a horrific crash from Paris Rosen, which had us all holding our breath and praying for the best for him. And well, with more on Paris Rosen, let's check in with Aaron Bates.
Well, guys, Paris Rosen, he is here spectating. He is in great spirits. He has a grade 2 concussion, right pulmonary contusion, rib fractured. You guys, they built him tough. It's great to see him back up on his feet.
Well, thank you, Aaron. That is one of the most amazing things I have ever seen, to see Paris back in the building watching here at Moto X Speed and Style. Jeremy, I think you will probably agree with me there.
Oh, I'm blown away. I mean, you saw that crash. I didn't know if he'd ever get up from that thing. It's good to see him sitting up there for sure.
And Paris is not only in the building, he will be handing out the gold medals later tonight, which one of these gentlemen will be racing for right now. This is the semifinal. The winner will go to the gold-silver battle. The loser to the bronze medal match. Tess, Ronnie Feist on the right on the red bike, the Honda. Travis Pastrana on the left on the Suzuki.
Feist was an alternate in the competition. He got invited at the last minute. Can he hold off the charge of Pastrana?
Pastrana with the big jump out of the gate. The problem for Feist is Pastrana has been very quick, the fastest, and the best trick rider.
Feist has a tall order here, trying to do something with Pastrana.
He really does. I mean, he's got the 4-stroke bike, which really does pull, has a lot of power, but Pastrana's just so smooth and so fast.
16 medals for Travis Pastrana in the X Games, including the gold here at Freestyle to open up the X Games. Feist has not brought home an X Games medal, but has been an amazing competitor, and again, a legend in Freestyle Motocross.
Oh yeah. And Feist's doing a great job, you know. Pastrana's just looking so fast out there. I mean, watch him through the whoops. He's going so good.
And the unknown factor is tip overs and crashes. It happens.
Oh yeah, it happens definitely. And you guys know these bank corners, that's carpet. So the faster these guys are going to try and go, I mean, there's a chance something could happen. It's pretty slippery.
I'm really interested to see what the style score differential is, though, because Ronnie's pulled out some pretty big tricks. But, of course, Travis is no slouch either with that.
Oh, yeah.
And Pastrana only leading by 3.4 seconds.
Guys, Pastrana just wheelied the whole whoops. Did you see that? He's just toying with Ronnie now.
Pastrana seems to be a man on a mission. Can Stenberg or Adams stop him coming out of the other semi as the checker flag is out? Pastrana.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good job.
With better scores in style by 2 points and on time. He's got Feist covered.
Yeah, I mean, Pastrana tonight has the speed, and Ronnie Feist did a really good job out there, riding really well. Got to say, he's been riding really well all day. You know, the bummer part is he just had to race Travis.
When Travis is on, it is so tough. The energy. Let's take a look back at the start, and Travis with a great start, Tess.
Oh, look at this. Travis really getting on it there. Ronnie was hanging on for a little while, though, and somehow just backed off getting into that rhythm section.
It looked like maybe he backed off just a bit.
Well, I think that's what's going to happen with Travis. He's going to be able to charge down that hill and just late break it. Looking good in the whoops there.
So it's not so much Feist backed off, it was the fact that Travis held it on longer.
Yeah, I think so.
The double heel click. Did you notice that in the middle of the trick, he actually clicked his heels twice?
You mentioned the wheelie through the whoops, Jeremy.
Yeah, right there, he was just showing off for us.
And to the victor, the spoils. On the Megamo, Travis Pastrana. Again, that final jump is not counted on your trick score.
Yeah,
only
I
the
think
first three times off the ramp.
Yeah, that's why we're going to see some cross-ups and one-handers, because they're not big scores. They just do that for the last jump.
And then there's Mom, Debbie Pastrana. And we'll wait for the score officially. And if you missed any of today's action, Burger King X Center follows the X Games on ESPN2 with a complete wrap-up of all the day's action. And our next semifinal battle, Feist, will go into that bronze medal competition against one of these gentlemen. And one of these gentlemen will move on to meet Travis Pastrana, Jeremy Stenberg, Nate Adams. Jeremy, you want to pick one?
I'm not sure I can pick one. I think Twitch is going to beat him on speed, just from what we've seen today. But Nate's got the tricks. You never know.
Nate's got the inside line, and we saw he was really, really smooth last time out, and has the biggest style score so far.
Biggest style score, also the second highest qualifier. So he technically was better. Oh, Twitch wasn't in gear. Twitch was setting in the starting gate neutral, Jeremy.
Wow, all right. So he was sleeping on that one. I'm not sure he even knew the gate was going to come down.
Oh, look at this. He's racing for the inside on Adams.
You guys got to remember.
Oh, and he stalls his bike. And he still does a backflip.
Oh, wow. And he's going again.
Oh, let's see the
He
whoop
definitely
there.
does look like he's got speed. But can he hold it together? Oh, Stenberg is down.
All right. Well, is he all right? Looks like he's all right. I know what was going on in his head, guys, right there. I mean, after kind of blowing the start, he was just like, man, how can I catch up? And
Twitch ghost rides the bike.
oh, Twitch.
The crowd salutes in true militia style, Jeremy, as Nate Adams continues to circle the track.
Puts out an obstacle for Nate Adams.
Right, and Nate needs to finish this so he gets his score.
Yeah, he does.
It is now a lonely stroll through the course.
Does he know that he needs to finish this? I mean, he better. I mean, I don't think
although he has carried further through the course than anybody else.
I do want to mention, though, real quick, guys, Stenberg with the ghost ride of the bike, he's got to remember he's still eligible for a bronze medal here.
That's right. He's got to go up against Feist.
360 for Nate.
Yeah. This is where I think Travis Pastrana is going to have a real threat, a real challenge on his hands, because Nate Adams' style score can get bigger than it already did. It'll be interesting to see what he gets for a style score here, even though he's not racing.
Yeah. Also, out of the gate there, I fully expected Twitch to beat him out of the gate and kind of beat him down the straightaway with a 450 against a 250, but as you saw, Adams was flying out of the gate, so between him and Pastrana, both on two strokes, never know what's going to happen.
Pastrana will have the inside line, though.
The matchup. for the gold medal. Travis Pastrana versus Nate Adams.
Yeah.
And you know Nate, after taking home the bronze medal in freestyle the other day to Travis Pastrana's gold,
yeah.
I think he'd like a little piece. Now I want to ask you this. If Travis does get the jump, Nate is always the gentleman. Could we see a little contact? Could Nate pull something out like that? Or is it just all straight racing good guys here?
Well, I'm not sure.
Look in there. Stenberg with the bike in neutral, it looked like. And a little bit of contact there.
Twitch.
And then this is where it all came apart. Twitch just trying to run down Adams. Got a little squirrely. Caught the side of one of those jumps and had to pull the ripcord for a little bit of an LA dirt sample.
Yeah, he got off with that one pretty easy, guys.
And then this.
There we go. I think you might have learned that from Deegan.
Yeah, and now it's like, oh, my bars are bent and I have a bronze medal.
Yeah, or whoops, I got to race again, and I just did that.
Nate Adams, I want to tell you something. Nate Adams is one hard-working dude. If there was a guy that was a professional freestyle motocross rider, this is him.
Yeah.
I know he has dreams and aspirations of racing Supercross, which he qualified at Utah this year, but Nate is one very solid freestyle motocrosser. He'll be going up against the legend, Travis Pastrana, in our gold medal match. Of course, we'll be settling the bronze medal match. That will be next when we return here to Summer X Games. That's right, X Games 16 doing work. We're going to close it off with dirt bikes. Los Angeles, where we are wrapping up X Games 16. There's only one thing left to do, and that's hand out the medals at Moto X Speed and Style. On the floor of the Staples Center, two men will enter, two gladiators, one including this guy who makes me mumble my words sometimes because he is just really that good. Big extensions, so fast on the track. It was awesome to see him sharing the course with so many great riders tonight. But the question is, when he shares the course with Nate Adams, will he be able to do the work and test? Nate Adams very solid so far here tonight.
Nate Adams is the only guy who's broken 89 in the style score, but had an identical style score last time out as Pastrana. This is going to be a fight to the finish.
The legends of freestyle, so to speak, have been whittled down to Adams. Nate Adams versus Travis Pastrana. They will battle for gold and silver. Let's take a look at where they came from. These are the brackets. Of course, Pastrana moving through ahead of Feist. Adams ahead of Stenberg, and there will be no bronze medal match. Stenberg not able to make the call with bike damage. Ronnie Kung Fu Feist, as we've talked about in his 9th X Games, will earn his first ever medal with a bronze here in Speed and Style. And in case you missed any of today's action, Burger King X Center follows the X Games on ESPN2 with a complete wrap-up of all the day's action. And people, if you haven't been just sitting there watching all this action, you're absolutely crazy. But I'm glad you're here now, because pretty soon we're handing out the last gold medal of X Games 16. It's like they're born for flight, from Travis Pastrana to the boy Sean White. Well, Sal, I'm going to tell you, those were some beautiful words you just spoke, taking me back quite a bit. I've been here for 12 years myself, and I'm absolutely stoked with what we have seen here at this X Games in Tessul. We've been doing this together since 1999 in Moto X. And there was some scuttlebutt that Twitch had hurt his motorcycle and was not going to be able to compete for the bronze medal.
Breaking news.
We had handed the bronze to Feist, but somehow or another, Twitch's bike is back together. It looks like with a fresh set of bars. And so Feist going from elation and thinking he had it. Now he's got to race for it. And here's Twitch getting off.
Well, this really only did a little bit of damage to the bike. Quite honestly, I think he could have got up and ridden it quite easily. The real problem is the fact that after the crash, he got upset and he ghosted the bike. He just threw it away, and that, I think, may have been the mistake.
Well, which we actually think he forgot that he had to race for the bronze, so he ended up ghost riding his bike.
So, in fact, Ronnie Feist has not earned his first ever medal. And let's take a look. This is the ghost ride moment. Of course, That's just a cool thing to do if you're in the metal militia, right? Deegan did it back in 1997 when he won the Los Angeles Supercross.
And boom, there go the bars. Nicely bent up. Probably did something to the clutch lever there, too.
Now, Jeremy, although he's changed the bars or straightened them somehow, it's going to be a different motorcycle. You and I know this. Riding dirt bikes all the time. It always feels a little weird. Are you the kind of guy that can jump on and just ride it? Because I'm the kind of guy, if it's a little twisted, it's got my head spinning just a little bit.
No, I mean, I think in a race situation, you probably forget a little bit about the adjustment and kind of think about the task at hand here. But what's interesting is Feist was probably thinking, man, this is all right, I got my medal. And then Twitch comes back out and got to give him a run for the money here.
And the great thing, listen to the reaction of the Staples fans when they heard that Twitch was going to race again.
You know what? There's one thing I've learned since watching Twitch ride, and before the X Games and starting in '99, he is always a crowd favorite. He has such great bike handling skills. I mean, I always say this. Twitch is one of my 3 favorite dirt bike riders to watch in skill level. Twitch, and one of them's right next to me here, Jeremy McGrath.
Thanks, Cam. That's nice of you.
We were talking about Twitch, though, earlier on, going back to 99. To get Jeremy Stenberg into the X Games, we invited him. He actually said, dude, I'm over it. We had to call his mom and dad to make sure young Jeremy actually made his way to San Francisco, and we kind of forced him into the X Games then, and he's been a fixture ever since.
Well, to say he was a bit of a knucklehead then would be a bit of an understatement.
Yeah, you know what? Twitch, I've had the chance to ride with him. The guy's an amazing rider. Actually, both these guys are.
And two great friends going to ride and compete against each other for a medal here.
And Twitch's bike, he's going without the flip levers as well. And Twitch with the whole shot, but he overjumps it, and Feist makes him pass to the lead.
Oh, nice ride for Feist there.
Guys,
Twitch is down in the corner.
Down. All right, I was just about to say we have not seen a pass yet to this point. And my point that I was speaking of earlier about the carpet.
I was just going to give you some big props, Jeremy. You called out that carpet.
He was coming out aggressive, and
let me say this, immediately, if not sooner. Well, here, Stenberg's not quitting.
He's a lap down, but he's not quitting.
He's not a lap down.
Oh, wow. He's not?
No. They just crisscrossed by that corner.
Oh, okay.
So he's not actually a lap down, but...
Oh, half a lap.
Yeah, half a lap down.
But if he
Feist is cruising a little bit.
He can rip out some big tricks.
They would have to be huge, and he doesn't have his flip levers. Feist stalls the motorcycle, and we know how hard these 4-strokes are to get started. Feist was in cruise control for the bronze medal.
This is unbelievable. Twitch doesn't know yet that Feist is stalled. He can't get it started.
Oh, my gosh.
Twitch is going to pass.
He can't even get it moving.
Listen to the crowd.
Twitch is pumped. Are you kidding me? That just happened?
This is a great example that anything can and will happen. It's still not over. Here's the checkers. He's got to race it to the stripe.
Oh, my gosh. Shooting flames out of the back of the cow. He's celebrating there.
Now, my question, did Jeremy cut the course at any point, or did he just get up in that corner?
No, he got up and kept going. He was a half a lap behind. Feist was cruising it, being safe, but he stalled the bike.
Now he ghost rides it.
Now he's not going to be riding it again.
Yeah, what is that, 2 pair of bars in 5-10 minutes?
But what a heartbreak for Ronnie Feist. He thought he'd finally got the bronze medal. And here, Jeremy limping down. Look at that, he can't even walk down this landing.
Oh, wait a minute.
What?
What do you mean?
Are they claiming he didn't finish because he didn't jump?
And he has to jump the bike after he ghost rides it?
Oh, I don't believe it!
Brian Deegan's out on the track and told them that they didn't finish. And they both were talking, and they run back to their bikes.
Now we got to check that because the finish line is actually before you hit the ramp. So they crossed the transponder
line. Did Brian just pull a fire drill on his buddies?
Oh, wow.
I don't know what's really going on, but...
I can't believe Sandberg could even ride that bike after ghosting it so hard down the landing, limps down the landing, gets back on and jumps again. Unbelievable.
Wow. His seat's off his bike, guys.
Yeah, he rode without his
Someone's-
seat. It came off in the crash.
Yeah,
I thought.
someone's seat. Oh, his is on there.
Oh,
Someone was
it is
holding
on
the seat there. Look how tweaked that
Something
thing is.
was laying there.
Yeah.
Something was. Oh, it might have been the tough block cover was laying in the race
okay.
cars. Well, actually, when you have Jeremy Stenberg, Ronnie Feist, and then Brian Deegan running out onto the course, I guess anything is possible.
He's sitting there going, all right, are we really finished?
And you can see he's checking with our trackside official there, Chris Schuster, is checking to see who actually won.
I mean, what? I think they finished. They passed the finish
They
line.
passed the finish stripe.
Twice.
Not 3 times.
No, they actually went through that finish after the checkered flag 2 times.
This
All
is
right.
how it started.
This was the easy part.
Regardless.
Twitch with the big jump, but overjumped and had to check up. Feist takes the lead, and then the carpet, Jeremy McGrath had pointed out.
Very slippery. Gets on the gas a little bit early. Comes around. Goes down.
So then Jeremy gets back up and passes Ronnie Feist, who's trying to fire his bike.
And the crowd goes wild.
And so, you know, maybe a little premature, but this is one excellent ghost ride. Now,
That's fantastic.
wow. Twitch is limping.
Brian runs
Deegan.
over.
Oh, he pushed him. Now, there's been a lot of classic things happen at the X Games.
That was rare to see that going on there. Definitely some confusion.
Jeremy Stenberg will earn the bronze medal, but ever the brothers. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, no, it says.
That's
bronze medal
Stenberg
here.
-1.
So we're saying Jeremy Stenberg is the bronze medalist. A little bit of confusion with some of the scoring screens inside the Staples Center showing Stenberg a lap down.
Yeah, his speed score here on our scoring says 0, which technically would mean he didn't pass the finish line. But I mean, very confusing, but
I love it.
I
love
as
it.
entertaining as it gets.
If nothing else, it's keeping us and everybody at home on their toes.
Oh, man.
And all this time, cooling their heels in the starting gate are Pastrana and Adams for the gold medal. So Pastrana's asking about the scoring too, I think. So X Games 16, making it happen. Let's look at that awesome replay from the Samsung Captivate Cam. This is absolutely awesome. Taking a look at the Pastrana Metzger duo off the freestyle ramps.
First heat of the night.
That's right. Metzger with a solid effort here tonight, but not able to transfer against Pastrana.
Oh, that's Feist.
And so, just to clarify, the checkered flag came out a little early, and so Stenberg had gone farther, faster, and he will get the bronze medal. So a little bit of confusion there. And there's no confusion about this. In the red gear, aboard the blue motorcycle, will be Mr. Nate Adams, who has quite a few medals at X Games. But on the yellow bike with the yellow gear is the man who has a plethora of medals, 16 actually, winning the gold just earlier this week. Tess, what do you got for me here on this matchup?
West Coast versus East Coast. They've both been so fast and have the same style scores.
Adams with the mistake in the first section, overjumps that first triple and can't do the next set, has to check up.
All right, now what we're going to need to see from Nate is to stay as close as he can to Pastrana and do the biggest tricks possible, because Travis is so fast, he just got to try not to let him gap him.
Only did a one-handed flip there. That was one of the things I noticed from Adams. It'd normally be a no-hander. The real question here, though, Jeremy, is will Travis make unforced errors if he feels pushed?
It's hard to say. We got to watch the carpet up there.
X Games 16 wrapping up with Moto X Speed Style. one of the biggest stars in X Games history. Travis Pastrana with the double heel click backflip. Nate Adams with the lazy boy flip.
I think Travis may have done a triple heel clicker there.
Travis with so much more speed in the whoops than Nate. On lap 3 of 4 right now, the white flag will be coming out after this rhythm section. You can see the gap now, about 4 seconds.
So this will be the last jump for the style score for Pastrana and Adams. Huge knack flip.
Adams needs a big one. 360.
Woo! Very nice, very nice. Travis got a big lead here, though.
Oh, huge lead. 5 seconds right now on Nate.
So, but if Nate has 5 more points in freestyle scoring, it could be an even heat. We'll see what it's going to take.
I say it's going to be close,
I think Nate's dropping back.
1.33, that's all he has to win by. He's got it.
Yeah.
Travis takes gold.
So Nate giving it a huge run, but it's only going to be good enough for silver. Pastrana adds to his medal count, and the fans inside Staples absolutely love it. Mom Debbie watching on, a standing ovation for Pastrana. These two guys entered this final with 27 X Games medals between them.
What are they planning here?
These guys are doing it. These guys are going to do a show.
Don't go away. Don't go away.
Travis is like
a show here.
Whenever you see Travis talking to another freestyler,
They're going to do something.
what do we got?
Oh, I like to attribute that to a little salute to MC there.
Yeah, the knack salute to Jeremy McGrath.
These guys are flying around the track.
So Pastrana and Adams putting on a show. Travis Pastrana, your gold medalist once again here on the dirt bike. And strangely enough, it seems to me the focus for Travis at times had been all rally, but some problems in rally, no medals. He comes in and takes 2 golds in Freestyle Moto X. And let's go down and check in with Aaron, who is with Mr. 199, Mr. Gold Medal, Travis Pastrana.
Travis Pastrana brings the Staples Center to their feet once again. Travis, how difficult was it to focus when you're combining both elements of freestyle and racing?
Definitely really difficult. I want to thank Nate for giving me these special gloves. But no, it was great. I knew Nate had bigger tricks. He was doing the 360, he was doing lazy boy flips. I'm like, I'm going to focus on the speed. I'm just going to go as fast as I can, and that way I wouldn't have to focus too much after I got arm pump for the tricks.
Coming into today, was it about redemption after having a tough day of rally yesterday?
Really tough day yesterday. You know, Subaru, those guys work so hard, and just frustrating after qualifying first, not even get to start the new Super Rally. But man, this year was a lot of fun. Really like to thank Red Bull, Suzuki, Cernix, DC, and especially all my crew, the Nitro Circus guys. Everyone's coming out to support me. My mom, happy birthday again, and it's just feels so good. Thank you guys.
Congratulations on finishing up your X Games Odyssey with another gold medal.
Well, it would be nerve-wracking to be Travis Pastrana's mom, to say the very least. Nate Adams with a solid performance, a silver medal here tonight. Of course, the bronze in freestyle. Let's take a look back, Tess. Right out of the gate, it was a big jump for both, but Nate over-jumping, Jeremy.
Yeah, Nate made a big push off the line there. You could tell he was charging down the hill because he probably thought his only shot was to be out in front of Travis.
But look at this from the Mega Mode. Travis Pastrana, how many did he get? 1, 2. Does he get the third?
See,
no,
now you
just the
said
double click.
3.
I thought it might have been, but look.
Trying to make me look silly, I think.
Oh,
but
he
Travis
hangs on to
Pastrana making everybody look silly.
Did you ever think a knack would be done upside down over a finish line?
No. I still don't understand how they do that.
And Debbie Pastrana, whose birthday it is this week, mom is amped. And then what about a little showmanship to finish it up? Gold and silver medal side by side, knack backflips. That's what the X Games is all about for me. The excitement and the athletes working together to push the sport. Let's take a look at our medalist. Of course, with all the chaos in that bronze medal match, it turned out to be Jeremy Twitch Stenberg with the bronze medal. Silver goes to Nate Adams, and Travis Pastrana with his 2nd gold of this X Games and 17th medal overall in X Games history. 11th gold, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
Wow, what a great day, Tess. X Games 16, Moto X, speed and style. I'm going to say a huge success.
Just so much fun. This never gets old. And how unbelievable is it that Travis Pastrana came back to freestyle and still dominates?
The man, Travis Pastrana, making it go. Good night, everybody, from Los Angeles. Center X Games 16 is now complete. Burger King X Center is coming up next. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in action sports. For more on X Games 16, log on to xgames.com. It was insane. I'm telling you, X Games just gets better and better. Now let's go over to Dana Jacobson.